Hello crafters, and welcome to this week's From Picture to Page Beyond Papercraft Show update. I'm Michelle Brown, Creative Director from Picture to Page, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media and papercrafting community. And I'm so excited to be here in your Facebook feed or your YouTube channel or wherever I may appear, because I'm really looking forward to touching base with our community of crafters. So today we have a dash of inspiration. We've got some update on our Season 3 of Plan C, conversations about craft, connectivity and creativity. We've got an update on our Papercraft Posse, what we're up to there with our Happy Mail card swap, a bit of an update on our new Facebook group with Making It Australia, and a little bit of Sandown news. Now, firstly, it's so lovely that you could all join us. So pop in the comments, just like Wendy and Tracy and Michelle have. Hello, everyone. It is so lovely to have you here. And just spend a little bit of time because, oh my goodness, hasn't it been a week? And I think particularly all of us that are in Melbourne and Victoria and, of course, New South Wales and ACT, oh boy, things are still a little bit tough at the moment. The good thing about Melbourne is that we might actually be having some decent weather this week. So sometimes I think that's what we've got to focus on, is just focus on the positives, what we can control, and of course connect here through the internet and hopefully get a little bit of crafting in. So I would love for you to pop in the comments or give us a like, a thumbs up and a heart, and I can see them drifting across the screen. So it is lovely to know that you're all there and participating with us today. So first off, our dash of inspiration. So what I would like to suggest today is what we do every day is actually better than what we do once in a while. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, on the ABC radio this week, they had an interview with a lady who's written a book about a longitudinal study on women's health. And it's quite a fascinating one. It's being done here in Melbourne. And it started right in the 80s from women 45 older and all the way through. Because traditionally, so many of studies around health and aging have been around men and men's bodies and not around women. So it was really fascinating. And her key points were really, it's those things that you do every day is what's actually going to give us the best health outcomes in the long run. So getting a little bit of exercise and movement in, eating well, all those things that we know that we should do. And that really made me think about how that applies to crafting and creativity. And maybe crafting is hard to fit in every day, I get that, but maybe every other day, maybe just trying to find those small little windows of fitting it in, because sometimes I think we try and think if we need a lot of time and we try and have a weekend, maybe a weekend away or a craft show or an afternoon. And I find even sometimes myself, I feel that I can't even start because I'm waiting for a big block of time. What happens though when I get that big block of time is it's like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I could do this, I could do that. And what do you end up doing? Spending all your time watching Facebook and YouTube videos and not getting anything done. So I think the real key to breaking these projects down into smaller lots is just looking at what's that next little bit I can do. So if I'm doing something in depth, can I pull out some papers and see what different colours I've got, see what stamps I've got, perhaps doing some swatching of our paints or our markers or our different colouring mediums, because again it's so easy to get really overwhelmed and just not know which to look. And Michelle said that she agrees, she finds that just colouring in one little stamped image every day, and that's a fantastic example because then you've got something there that you can then have when you need it, when it's ready to go. And again, I love that quote, I think it was by Picasso, saying, inspiration will strike, but it has to find you working. And how often do you find that when you're creating? It's like you don't really feel like it gets started, and then this might happen and that might happen, and then suddenly, the synapses start firing. You say, oh yeah, I've got this. And that's my favourite part of creativity. You can go, oh, that's right, I've got this colour, or I've got this, or I could try this, what about that? And then suddenly this project just comes to life that just wasn't there before you even started. So that's my tip of inspiration for the day. Something that you do regularly, maybe not every day, but certainly on a regular basis, is much better than what you do once in a while. So I challenge you to get a little bit of crafting done on a regular basis. Okay, Plan C Season 3 is well and truly underway. We've had 5 amazing weeks and we've got 1 week to go. Did you catch Michelle and Wendy and Michelle from Snazzy Scrapping last Friday? What a fantastic session. Michelle has got a fantastic new release of Australian animal Christmas themed stamps and matching dies, as well as a couple of new creator card ones, and her and Wendy just had a fantastic time, and I just love seeing the creativity that comes out of Snazzy Scrapping and their design team. They had some beautiful samples, lots of different ways to use them, using different colours, different colouring techniques, and it was just so lovely to be able to see them in real life as well. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, catch up on the replay, either here in Facebook, over or YouTube, or of course on our website from picture2pageandbeyond.com.au. And if you scroll down and find the Plan C logo, click on that, and that lists all the sessions. So it'll show you that we had Jen from Peninsula Papercraft Boutique, and she did some blending techniques. We've had Kathy from Eclectic Images, and she had some ink techniques. We had Jen from Hillbilly Scrapping with some beautiful alcohol ink spinning. Of course, we had Mary from Craft Zone with her epic demonstration of their card making and beautiful ways of creating fairly simple cards with some nice basic techniques. So you don't need some extensive colouring or painting or any of that complex stuff, just some really simple things to get you going. And like I said, Michelle from Snazzy Scrapping. So this Friday the 10th of September, we'll wrap up season 3 of Plan C. And Wendy and I are still working on what we are going to be doing that Friday, but I guarantee it's going to be lots of fun. Probably something around mixed media art, and maybe, I don't know, let us know. Pop in the comments if there's anything that you've seen that you'd like to see again, retailers you'd like us to have on, techniques you'd like us to show off. Let us know, and Wendy and I will put our thinking caps on and have a fantastic session for you on Friday the 10th of September. So that is what Plan C is all about. Now, our Papercraft Posse group is here on Facebook. We've got a staggering number of members, and I just love the creativity that we share there. Yet again, Tracy, who I'm sure is watching, has done some amazing creations. We've had cards by Tracy, by Heidi. What else have we had? I don't know. There's just so much in that group. There's always different things going on. It's a great place to ask questions. So if you haven't joined us, search for Papercraft Posse, and there'll be a link somewhere here near this video. Answer 2 simple questions, and then come and join us. Ask any questions, share what you've been making, and of course, that is just such a lovely place and a lovely community. And there's quite a few retailers in there as well. So if you do have any questions, that's a really good place to go. I had a couple of questions this week about people trying to get in touch with different retailers, and while I don't mind helping, it does take up some time. So if you could pop into the Papercraft Posse group first and ask our collective wisdom, that really helps me out as well, and I'm sure there'll be someone else, if not myself, there to point you in the right direction. Now, our other little bit of current activities is our Happy Mail card swap. Now, while they did close on Friday, we know that Australia Post is struggling a bit at the moment, so we won't be doing any swaps until at least the end of this week. We've got another 20 cards or so, come on Michelle, and we're going to open those this afternoon, soon after this video. So if you're watching live, grab a cuppa and be back at 2:30. If you're watching the replay, have a look for it. I'll put a link here as well, and of course in YouTube it won't be far away. So we've already opened about 20 or so envelopes. We've got another 20 or so to open, and I'm sure we're going to just have so much fun sharing the cards, sharing the techniques. And like I said, if you have sent it late, or maybe if you haven't sent it and you want to pop it in, like I said, we won't be doing any swapping until probably, Friday or maybe next Monday or maybe over the weekend. Let's see how we go. We'll just make sure that we've got anyone, and if anyone has sent it late, look, let me know and I'll keep an eye out for it and make sure that we include that. And of course, if anyone's does arrive late, Wendy and I will make sure that we find a card and send it as well. So no one is going to miss out. Okay, so the other news, of course, our other Facebook group, our P2PCrafts Making It Australia Posse, is growing at a phenomenal rate as well. So for those of you that perhaps haven't watched commercial television for a while, there's a new series, Australian-based series on Channel 10. It starts on Wednesday the 15th of September, and it's called Making It Australia. It's got a whole heap of contestants, it's got a whole heap of different skills and techniques, and we're really excited because it really is bringing craft and making to mainstream media, which doesn't happen too often. So like so many of these television shows, it's so nice to have some friends and people to bounce ideas off and conversation. So we've got a Facebook group, like I said, P2PCrafts Making It Australia Posse, and you can join us there. We're going to have a couple of different moderators who we'll announce next week, and we're going to be able to chat about different episodes, talk about our favourite contestants, celebrate their successes, wonder about their failures, and just generally have a lovely time. So it's going to be a great way for us to watch it sort of together, even though we're all separate and staying safe at home. So keep an eye out for that group as well, and hoping you can all join us there. Okay, so lastly is our update of Sandown. It's now 5 weeks away. Now there is a lot of work happening in the background, and we're hoping that we'll have an update for you next week. So that's challenging times all round with all the different restrictions we've got across, well, Victoria and around Australia at the moment. So we will definitely be really understanding where we're at with that, trying to look ahead a little bit into the future, which of course is really challenging at the moment, but we will have an update next week for Sandown. So I think that's it. Our dash of inspiration, I'd like to challenge you to try and do little bits of crafting on a regular basis rather than just trying to, save it all up in one. So just really again, getting to know yourself better. Do you find that you do put off doing those little bits in the hope to do the big bit, but when you get to the big bit of crafting, you perhaps don't use that time as well. So again, it's all about knowing yourselves and knowing what works best for you. Plan C Season 3, we've got 5 great episodes there, plus the previous 2 seasons. And this Friday, the 10th of September, we'll have something else fantastic brought to you by Wendy and myself. Papercraft Posse, our Happy Mail card swap is now closed, but we will wait till we get all those entries in. And like we said, we're soon going to have a fantastic opening so we can share all that lovely goodness. A new Facebook group for Making It AU, and again, come and join us, answer a couple of questions, and really looking forward to delving into that amazing world. And finally, update for Sandown will be next week. So this is Michelle signing off. We hope you have a crafty day.